very happy to welcome back onto the channel Tasif Khan. How are you, Tasif?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. All going well. Thank you.
Excellent, mate. So last time we spoke, you sounded very determined at the time. I think I titled the video "I'm addicted to boxing," and you said you kind of had a new lease of life in the sport. You've got a fight coming up here against the Ghanaian chap Isaac, who got
Isaac Quaye,
yeah, Isaac Quaye, who fought Quaye recently. It looks like a pretty cool card. Am I right in thinking Roy Jones Jr.'s on it as well?
Yeah, Roy Jones Jr. is top of the bill. So obviously a legend like Roy Jones is. I'm grateful firstly for Stephen Vaughan and the promotion team to have me on there. And secondly, what an experience, to be boxing on the same bill and the same card as Roy Jones Jr.
Okay, man, brilliant. Well, the guy you're facing, he's a definite step up in class to
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, we're expecting a tough fight. I mean, Isaac Quaye doesn't. He's only ever been stopped, like I said, twice in. I'd say nearly 40 fights or something. He's had 28 wins and only lost it, and he's lost to Lee Askins, Khaled Jafai. He's lost to Kevin Satchel. We're all world-class fighters, and in fact, Lee Askins is an actual world champion now. He's just won the IBF, and Kevin Satchel, when he lost to him, Kevin Satchel is now European champion. So he's got a very tough, and he went the distance with them.
Yeah.
So really, for me, I'm expecting. I had to box for the WBF International. I had to box someone in the top ranking. So for me, he's way above me in the rankings, but it's a good stepping stone for me, because if I get that win, it's onwards and upwards for bigger things and better things for me. So we're not expecting no easy ride. We're going to prepare accordingly, and we're expecting a tough fight. But hopefully, the result, we're looking for a win either way.
Okay. All right. Well, you sort of reeling off the names there. It's pretty much of a who's who of British boxers in the lower weights. You were talking there. Are you kind of, because people will be watching this fight and thinking, judging your performance against other people's performance. So are you kind of thinking that with people watching, you can kind of make a statement by doing better against this guy than some big names in our country against him did?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're always watching in and around our weights. We're always watching each other, and definitely trainers, not just trainers, but also the fighters themselves. But I'm respectful of my opponent. I'm respectful of all opponents that I get in the ring with, so I can't take no one lightly. And definitely with this one, with this tough fight, a lot of people might have Isaac Quaye, tipping it with his experience and the toughness he's got. But like I said to you, I go in the ring, and we prepare accordingly to each fighter. I'm going in really, the most important thing for me is to get the win. Hopefully, yes, definitely we're trying to make a statement at the same time, but whichever way, whether it comes by a stoppage, whether it comes by a point, my main priority is to get the win, and to stay and just basically work on what we've been working on in the gym. If I can pull it off from what we've been working on and what we've been doing in the gym, it should be no doubt, hopefully I'll come away and walk away with the WBF title. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the division you're fighting in, Superfly, is it's not that big in terms of UK fighting, things like that. So an English title could be around the corner. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's not big at all. Like you just said, you hit the nail on the head. That's the good, exciting thing about it now is the Superfly, the divisions like the Superfly, Bantamfly. They can all fight each other with a give and take, a few pounds, come down or up. So we're all in the mix of things. If you just look at one weight group, there's not many fights. But if you look at the mix of things, the way people are moving and fluctuating up and down the weights, then there is quite a few where you can make fights. And it's exciting times. I want to take one fight at a time. But yeah, definitely I'm looking for, a title fight. Hopefully I want to look at the Commonwealth. I want to look for, some big belts. Definitely in the future.
Does this fight against Isaac, does that put you... So you'll replace his rankings if all goes well on the 12th of September?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, he's a lot higher than me in terms of rankings. But if I beat him, I will definitely, make a considerable jump up the rankings. And that, like I said, I had to box someone in the high rankings like Isaac Quaye to be eligible to box for this title. So when the opportunity came, I took it with both hands.
Oh, brilliant, mate. Well, it's an interesting even of boxing in Liverpool, I believe, isn't it, on the 12th?
Yeah, it is, definitely. I mean, I'm just grateful with everything. I've had a quick 10 months in the, since I've been back from my injuries and everything. And in these 10 months, in the space of 10 months, hopefully, I've had nearly 5 fights and hopefully 2 titles to be named. So, it's been a busy 10 months, but a very good 10 months at the same time. So, can't complain.
Brilliant, mate. Well, you were talking about your team there. We didn't really talk about that last time we spoke. Who for people who you trained by and how long have you been with that trainer? Did you, if you wouldn't mind telling us things like that, mate?
I'm managed by Johnny Earns, from London.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm managed by Johnny Earns, and I train up in Leeds, up at Lee Merter's gym now.
Okay.
I train up there, and my trainer Martin Stainsby, I train with Martin Stainsby and Lee Merter up there. But like I said, we go to a lot of gyms where we do a lot of the sparring, and now I'm just going to travel over to Spain, MGM Marbella,
cool.
to train over there with Jerry Matthews and them. So we've got a training camp set up now from, in fact, we're going on Sunday, so I'm going training there for 10 days.
Oh, wow, fantastic. Well, so what, you getting some good sparring in at the moment? Yeah,
I've had some good sparring. I've had travel down Jamie Williams, who's a good, super flyweight, and he's high up in the rankings, British rankings. I've been sparring with him down in Newark, and I've had some good sparring with him down there. So it's been great. It's been great. So we like we said, we're changing the styles according to the fighter, and the more the better. Really, we're just travelling up and down the country if I need to get the sparring.
Yeah, no, that doesn't bother you. You sound like you quite enjoy that, getting about.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just loving it. I'm just taking each day as it comes, and I'm enjoying all the experience. I'm just loving it. I'm excited.
Yeah, and obviously you've been sort of moving around your weights a bit, and you know at Superfly. You said last time I spoke to you, said you're going to be campaigning at Superfly. Are you feeling comfortable there?
Yeah, I mean, the reason why I made that decision at Superfly is because I've always said I'm a bantamweight. I was always campaigning at bantamweight. It's just the fights, obviously, as you know yourself, when it's a 4-rounder or a 6-rounder, we don't always need to do the cut weight at that limit because your opponents come in at 8'10", 8'12". So really, there was no reason for me to come in at 8'6" and 8'7". So that's exactly what I did. So I always knew I could make bantamweight, which I did previous occasions on 3 or 4 different occasions, weighing in on bantamweight on the day. So I thought a few more pounds with it being a title fight. I mean, my last fight was for bantamweight title, and I made 8'5", so that was 117. I came in at 117 pounds, and for Superfly I've got to be 115, I think it is. So, if a little bit more, and I'm definitely now is the game. I feel strong at that way. I felt strong at bantamweight, and a few more pounds should be fine because I've got good dietitian, nutritionist, and it's working well.
So would you say are you a better fight? Is the reason to be a Superfly is you feel you get the best out of yourself there?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely. I mean, all fighters work to their maximum, what their weight is really, where they feel the strongest. I mean, for me, diet, correct nutrition, I feel I don't cut corners. With me, I don't smoke, I don't drink. So it's really how I treat myself is how I'm going to make the weight. And if I make it easy for myself, I'll be able to make it. If I make it harder for myself by cutting corners, then it's going to make it difficult for me in the ring.
Okay. All right, mate. Cool. Well, we're talking about what's going on. As you said yourself, there's a lot going on in the UK in flyweight and super flyweight. Obviously in flyweight, we've got a bit of a feud going on between Prince Patel and what do you make of him? He's only had a couple of fights, but everyone's talking about him. What do you make of? No, Prince Patel.
Oh, Prince Patel, yeah. Well, he's actually a flyweight, isn't he? He's competing at flyweight, which is a few pounds lighter than me, and I think he's a bit too small for me. Even at flyweight, them few pounds make a hell of a difference. But, yeah, I mean, what can I say? He's funny. He makes everyone. He draws attention to himself. I mean, I don't badmouth no one. For anyone to get inside that ring, whatever they bring to the table, whatever entertainment they choose to bring, for him to get inside that ring, it takes a lot from anybody. So I respect him for that. I respect him as a fighter.
Yeah.
But,
what I really wanted to sort of find out is, you know, obviously we've got, I know it's the weight division below you, but this between Charlie Edwards and Prince Patel and these rivalries going on, it's got a lot of people talking about the divisions in and around you. Do you think surely that must be good for it?
Of course it is. Of course it is. I mean, he started off with the Charlie Edwards thing. Now, obviously, Charlie's got a good pedigree of amateur career. That's why I think he's used that his advantage in calling him out, you know, having a bit of abuse with him and things. So really, he's building his own profile by using someone like Charlie Edwards and maybe get a fight down the line with him, because I know that they've boxed before as amateurs before. So. So yeah, it should be an exciting, except for the neutrals or for anyone else. I mean, if they come up with it, then that's interesting for me. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. But like I said, for all the neutrals, it's exciting. It's funny as well.
Well, in your division, like this, although it's a small,
there's quite a few, man. I mean, there's Anthony Nelson, who's a good fighter from up down the Middlesbrough side.
Yeah,
he's a Commonwealth champion. You've got quite a few, like I said to you. I think all these flyweights and super flyweights will all fluctuate and come up and down weight depending on the opportunities that come up for them.
Well, you know, the top guys in your division, how do you think you would get on against them at some point? Because, you know, you must be looking towards getting towards them at some point. How do you think you'll do in that mix?
I'm confident. I know. For my weight, at super flyweight especially, I know I'll be strong. I'm a technically boxer, generally I'm known as. I'm not a brawler, I'm an actual boxer, but I've got good power, especially at super flyweight, and I felt strong at bantamweight. So now if I can carry that power down at super flyweight, and I'm quite big for the weight as well, I mean, I won't mind getting in a fight with Anthony Nelson and people like that, you know, for the Commonwealth title, but to be something at stake. You know, a big title at stake or something like that. I'm confident. Whatever my team decide, I leave that to them, and then we sit down and have a discussion and we see what's the correct path for us.
Okay, mate.
But I'm confident in my ability. I don't want to be in boxing. I've always said I'm not in boxing to make up the numbers. I'm in boxing to win titles. And if I wasn't confident in my own ability, I won't be boxing.
Okay, mate. Good stuff. Well, you know, with this Isaac Quaye fight, he fought Carrier Fire recently. If you can make a statement there, people are going to be saying things.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. I mean, I want to make a statement.
Okay,
like
cool.
I said,
good to hear.
A lot of people will be looking at him thinking the pedigree he's boxed and the people he's boxed. They'll be looking and thinking, he might be too experienced or something like that. But I'm happy. I'm happy with the challenge put ahead. So really, for me, it's a win-win situation, because I know if I can pull off what we've been doing in the gym and half of what I've been doing in the gym, really, then I know I'll hopefully come away with that title.
Okay, mate. Brilliant. Well, fantastic. Well, mate, it's been so great to catch up with you. And it's great to hear you got this fight. It's a good step in the right direction. And yeah, all the best leading up to it, mate.
Thank you, Adam, mate. It's a pleasure. Pleasure's all mine, mate. Take care. Nice one. Thank you very much, Adam.
Cheers, mate.